Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright team, today I have some stuff that I want to look over, one being this quote with Dylan Harper, as you can see on the screen, and also we have some quotes from Dylan Harper's dad, Ron Harper. If y'all know, the former NBA player, I'm sure y'all do. He has been talking and replying to people on X, and I have found some of them pretty interesting. I'm not too sure like his exact feelings on where he wants Harper to go because he's kind of being a little cryptic about it, but it definitely seems like he is fed up with people talking about trading Harper, or he's frustrated about Spurs fans talking about the fit with him, Steph Castle, and Fox. And then we also have a comment of him talking about a trade package with the Nets or something like that. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but right here is what I want to start off with. Dylan Harper on playing with Fox and Castle. The NBA is really positionless basketball. So, I mean, if you could play with a bunch of ball handlers and a bunch of people that could get opportunities for themselves, but let other people get opportunities for them. And so he seems open to it. I haven't found the video of this quote, but this is all we got. And this is something that I have said many of times, positionless basketball. The Spurs people have also mentioned it, and that's kind of the direction you see the Spurs going. Like with Sohan, they try to play him in every position, 1 through 5. And although sometimes I don't agree with how they utilize Sohan, I do understand what they are trying to accomplish. And so I think adding a Dylan Harper alongside Castle, who can play the 3, having a bunch of people that can create and are very skilled players around Victor Wembanyama will only do things to benefit Wemby. And then you have people right here who talk about positionless, but they call them undersized, and that is something we have already disproved. Castle is not undersized, neither will Harper be. And the thing I would like about this lineup with all 3 guards is you wouldn't know where the point of attack is going to happen on the offensive end. Like, where is the offense going to be initiated from? Because you have Wemby, you have all 3 of these guards. But the thing about Harper and Castle, I don't really know if I've seen it too much with Fox. I'm just going to have to watch as the next season goes on. Castle and Harper can really move without the basketball. I know y'all have seen it last season with Stephon Castle's cutting ability, as well as him being the screener in some pick and roll situations. In the time I have watched Harper, I have seen that he has the feel for the game, especially when he's off ball, and he can make some similar cuts like Stephon Castle without the ball. And so they're not like Trae Young type of players where if they don't have the basketball, they're just going to stand there and clog up the offense. Fox is a very high IQ player, so I have no doubt that he will be able to move without the basketball. And we have went over this, that Fox off the catch and shoot is pretty good. I know we didn't see much of that because he had the finger injury, but I think we're going to see a whole new Fox whenever he comes back this next season. And so filling the roster with high IQ players, not only high IQ, but skilled high IQ players, is going to take this team to the next level. And here's what I was talking about. The notion that Dylan Harper wouldn't work alongside Fox and Castle in an off-ball role couldn't be farther from the truth. So he is in the 86th percentile on spot-up scoring, 43.2% from three-point range, 91st percentile as a cutter. And that's where I mentioned the things like Stephon Castle, where they can be like a screener and they can find holes in the offense and slip into like a dunker spot and get an easy layup. Or if Wemby has the ball, you have people triple teaming him, someone cuts to the basket and you have an easy bucket. This is why I believe this will be able to work out. If you have IQ and you have a feel for the game, you can really play with anybody. Along with his 43% from three-point range on spot up threes, this doesn't mean he has to ISO and dribble the air out the ball just to get his shots. And we also seen that with Castle. Whenever Castle was in the starting lineup playing with better players, it kind of took some pressure off of him, and where he wasn't the primary point guard, we saw really good flashes of him being able to find holes in the defense and convert at a high rate whenever someone was passing him the ball. Also, shout out to Nas to SA for this post. Y'all go ahead and give him a follow. This would be our death lineup. There isn't really anything wrong with this lineup besides rebounding. The zone defense looks, this team could run are stupid good. The 3-2, 2-3, 2-1-2, 1-3-1, dumb level of scary, and I couldn't agree more. Now him saying this is a death lineup means that this wouldn't be like your starting lineup. You're not going to give this lineup a majority of the minutes every game. This is only where you want to outskill your opponents and really apply that offensive pressure and just completely take them out the game because you're the better team and this lineup is just too skilled to handle. Now, like he said, you putting this team in a defensive zone, Wemby would have to grab a lot of rebounds and we'd have to do a lot of team rebounding, but I think that's something they would be comfortable with given we played all last season without a backup center. And so these guys are definitely learning how to gang rebound. But again, pointing to the shooting, there isn't really anyone on this court who opposing teams would just leave open and let them shoot. Say what you want about Stephon Castle. He is not no slouch when it comes to shooting. Yes, he can get cold at times, and there are times where he struggles a little bit, but they're not just going to leave him open like they do to a Sohan at times, because he can shoot the ball. He has the nice form, and sometimes he can get it going, and he could hit like 3 in a row. I've seen it a couple times last season where he just got on a heater, and we just went over the Dylan Harper shooting stats. Vassell, good shooter. De'Aaron Fox is a serviceable shooter, but who knows? We're just going to have to see him shooting with a healthy hand. And for God's sake, he dropped 60 last season. Like, they're not leaving him open. So I think he was spot on with this. This as a death lineup, I'll say it again, they're not going to use this as a starting lineup. But as a death lineup, this is a great lineup to run. And I think this is where you could take advantage of you having a generational defender in Victor Wembanyama. Him alone can bring your defensive rating down and make you a top defense in the league. And so really not having a big man here isn't much of a concern, because Wemby takes up the whole paint and you're not going to score while he's in the game. So this just adds to another reason why you draft Dylan Harper, adding to the skill, giving the Spurs another look. And this can't be more obvious to me. You take Dylan Harper. I don't think it's much of a debate anymore. But let me know what y'all guys think about this death lineup and about the stats I showed y'all previously. But now we can move on to Ron Harper, Dylan Harper's dad, and see what he has to say on X. Okay, so he says right here, I love all these NBA GMs on Twitter, but like I keep telling everyone, until June 25th and a team called Dylan Harper name, he's not on a team. Enjoy dreaming. And so right away, I think about the people talking about trading the pick and the people arguing, is he a good fit or not? Things like this. The Spurs are going to trade him. And then Ron Harper says, a lot of GMs on here, LOL. And I don't agree with this. The Spurs should not trade him. And then he has right here, he hasn't played a game or got drafted yet to the Spurs. And myself personally, I think he wants his son to go to Brooklyn, because that is where Dylan Harper is from. He's around there. And then he also has replies right here. Nets fans, so you're saying there's a chance, and this is him photoshopped in a Nets jersey. There's always a chance with trades and picks, and the Knicks gave you a lot of both. And with his son being from around there, I think that he definitely wants his son to go over there. Just seeing all these replies. He also has another one up here. Is he a Nets fan? Because he's commenting under a lot of these Nets type of posts. Nets sending 4 first rounders to move up to pick number 3. He says no, no, no. And then right here, all right, I saw Ron Harper's response. Cam Johnson, pick 8, pick 26, 3 future firsts for the Spurs to get, and then the Nets will move up to pick 2. Don't give me false hope, Harper. It's all good, my friend. Let's wait until June 25th. So he definitely sounds biased towards the Nets fans. But, I mean, you do have this right here. What about him playing alongside Wemby? It could be special, and there's no doubt that that could be special. The Spurs are sending early signals about drafting Dylan Harper at 2. San Antonio believes that Harper can function alongside De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. Time will tell, and June 25th is coming. Like, why is he saying this stuff? There's no doubt in my mind that Ron Harper wants his son to go to the Nets. And I'm in the car right now, but I have to add something because I was editing this video, and I don't think I made it as clear as I wanted to. Even if Ron Harper is like trying to get his son to go to the Brooklyn Nets, you're the Spurs with the pick. If Dylan Harper isn't giving you red flags and intentionally trying to stop you from drafting him, you go ahead and draft him. You listen to Dylan Harper, and you don't really care about what Ron Harper has to say. He's not going to be playing. He's not going to be a part of the organization. I think the draft pick lies within Dylan Harper's hands. If he doesn't want to go to the Spurs and he tells you that, then of course you're going to have to pivot and go another way. But if he is giving you green flags and he wants to play for the Spurs, you don't really care about what his dad thinks. It doesn't really matter. So that's what I'm going to end it off with. I just had to get that off my chest and get it clearly across to y'all. But I'm going to let past me go ahead and finish out the intro. But I will catch y'all later. Let me know how y'all guys are feeling. As always, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to Spurs Spotlight. Until next time, it has been your boy Chris, and I will catch y'all later. I'm out.